What's up guys, Johnny Stidham here from JohnnyJigs Tackle Company, and today we're going to talk about one of the most incredible slow pitch jigging reels on the market, the Daiwa LD35JH. Stick around, we're going to get into the gears and the crank. First off, Chris and Will and I here at JohnnyJigs Tackle Company, we've been communicating quite a bit with Daiwa, including we took Noah out on a fishing trip for about 3 days and then got back here to Pompano, fished for a few more days, just talking all about Daiwa products. We've been in close contact with Satoshi as well as Masa, and we can't forget about Greg Johnson. And also our main man here, Scott DeBeal from Roger Sports Marketing. These guys play huge roles in product development here in the United States. So we really got some good explanations on Daiwa gear, and we've got some insight on new stuff that's coming out from Daiwa, but also just an understanding of where they came from whenever they were developing this reel. Let's kind of kick this off with just a little bit of an unboxing. The first thing that I noticed is that the box actually has the specs of the reel right on top of it, which is great because that's the first thing that we want to know. So I can just look at this box and I'll pop this up on the screen for you as well so you can see it. But this reel has a 6.3 to 1 gear ratio. It weighs in at 615 grams. That's 21.7 ounces. It has a max drag of 18 kilograms. That is 40 pounds of drag, you guys. The retrieval on this reel is 119 centimeters, which is 47 inches, and it has 6 ball bearings inside of it. So it's nice to have these specs right on top of the box, and I'm gonna pop this open just to kind of let you guys see what it looks like breaking into this reel. So of course, we always say here at the shop, this is like origami cardboard folding, that it's hard to get the reels back in, but you open it like this and the reel comes in a plastic bag like so, and then it has a tool actually, which is nice because this tool basically will do any tensioning and tightening and tweaking of this reel. It's nice to keep this in your tackle bag, and you'll be able to make minor adjustments if you need to while out on the water. And then the next thing is the instructions, and the instructions really give you, piece by piece what's inside the reel and gives you all kinds of instructions. But who reads this stuff anyways when you got YouTube and you can get all the information right here at JohnnyJigs TV. So at first glance of this reel, granted I have been fishing this reel for the past, I would say 4 to 5 months, but I did notice the first thing that we look at as slow pitch jigging enthusiasts is the handle on it. It has a really nice slow pitch handle. This is designed for slow pitch jigging. This round part here fits perfectly in your hand. I do like that the top is capped like that so you can put your thumb over top of it and it gives you a nice grip of the handle. So that's a must-have for us slow pitch guys. Once you've gone to this, you can't go back to anything else. I think they nailed it with this handle. It's a very clean, sleek design, and it's perfect for what we're trying to do out there with slow pitch jigging. The next thing that I noticed is that there is an adjustment on this handle, so you could actually kick this in to make it a little bit shorter, and essentially it's a small adjustment, but it could be the difference of it being high gear versus power gear. So whenever you kick this in, it's going to be a little bit harder to reel. So me personally, I like it kicked out. I like it a little bit easier to reel. This is exactly where I would want it right out of the box. It's set perfectly. The next thing that I notice on this is this wheel right here actually will adjust the drag. So your strike position, it'll tension it or lighten it in that strike position, or full drag, whatever the case may be. But I really like that it's big, it's easy to grip, and it's easy to turn. It's a very nice design, It's something that not all the reels are so easy to turn like this one. So they knocked it out of the park with that design. And the next thing that I notice is the lever on it. It's a very thin design that folds over top of the reel. You could see that it's got a little blue inlay in it, and that adds just a little bit of grip, but I like how thin it is and how it curves around. It'll keep you from busting your knuckles on the drag, so that's a nice design as well that I enjoy. And here's something that I want to show you guys. So right now I'm in free spool, and watch this spool go. It is still going, still going, still going. All right, we don't have time for all this, but it's just gonna keep going. That is Japanese engineering at its finest. It really is just a perfectly balanced reel. On this side here, you'll notice there's a little black button. So there's a stop right there, which is for the lever to stop, but also there's a black button. So you stop automatically in this strike position, and then when you push that in and push it forward, that's when you get into what I like to call the red zone. So you have to make a conscious movement to get into the red zone. So I have seen guys on the water that accidentally go into full drag and then have had reels ripped out of their hands because they didn't realize that they were in full drag. So by adding that little stop right there, it's a safety mechanism to keep you from losing your reel. I like it. Very seldomly do I get into that red zone, and when I do, I want to make sure that I'm doing it on purpose. If you look underneath, there is no reel clamp. We don't use them in slow pitch jigging. It's perfect for us to have it the way that it is without the reel clamp. It's not something that I would put on even if it came with it, so there's no reason for it. So all in all, look wise, this thing is awesome. It looks really good. It's got like a grayish silver type color with a little bit of light blue inlay on it. I think it's gonna match basically any rod that you put it on. Definitely design and look and features of this reel, it doesn't get any better, guys. This is definitely an amazing reel. Here's some of the uses for this reel. So being that it has a narrow body spool, that makes it definitely a slow pitch jigging reel. It could be used for other purposes. You could use this to fish bait. You could use this to throw out a live line, but I will tell you that it is designed specifically for slow pitch jigging.
We moved out here to like 230 feet, and I pulled a little switcheroo because I came with a Pro Jigger Power 2 and a Daiwa Saltiga 15H on the Power 2, and I had the 35JH on my Power 3. But since it's just so beautiful and we just pushed a little deeper, I switched over my 35 and put it on the Power 2 here. These guys were saying that there's notoriously some bigger fish out here that seem to love hitting jigs. And so I put the 35 on, and so I feel pretty confident, man. I love this Daiwa 35 Narrow. Yeah, we were talking, I was turning around looking at the screen, I just opened my bail to let my spool go out, and as I opened up the lever, the line just started peeling against my thumb, so I locked it up and he was cruising.
And we call this the middle class reel, right? So we have our small class reel, which would be like the LD Saltiga 15 or the 20 or even the 10. Actually, it goes underneath that a little bit. And then once you get into the 35, we call this the middle class reel, and then there's the larger class reel. But what I like about this one in this size is that if you put 20 pounds of test on this, you're gonna get somewhere around 600 yards, which gives you the capability to deep drop. You could fish this reel in up to 12 to 1400 feet, Or you could put 30-pound tests on this over in the Gulf. You know, my West Coast Florida guys, my Texas guys, you know, my Louisiana, Alabama guys. You put 30-pound tests on this reel, and you know, you could go put a hurting on some big groupers, on some big amberjacks. You've got that capability. So it's a very diverse reel. You could use it for multiple purposes, multiple depths, and that's something that I really enjoy about the middle class size reel. So you guys want to know my personal opinion about this reel, and I think it's pretty unanimous around our shop, including Chris Doyle, Pete, Eddie, Will. All of us think that this reel is phenomenal. It's top of the line. It's top of the line Daiwa. It's designed for something that we love to do, and as far as smoothness, I don't think anything rivals this for a lever drag reel as far as how smooth it is. I love the handle on it as well. And the only downside to this reel, I would say, is it's a little bit heavier than the reels in its class, but it's negligible. By the time you throw a 500 gram, 400 gram, 300 gram jig on, the weight of this reel is not gonna matter anymore. So hands down, this is definitely an amazing reel. If you're the kind of guy that likes to skip over the entry-level equipment and get the best right out the gate, this is the reel for you. I would suggest go to JohnnyJigs.com, check out the specs on this thing. If you're still questioning whether you want this or not, give us a call on the phone. We're gonna walk you through every reel that we have. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope this information helps you make a selection. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You could also follow us on Facebook and Instagram, putting out a few TikToks there, and most importantly, jig on.